What's up, folks? This is Cream Friesch, and I am back doing commentaries after about a 6 month hiatus. And for those of you who watched my other two commentaries and liked them and wanted me to do more, I apologize for the delay, but I did have some real life issues I had to deal with, so those obviously took priorities over doing commentary. But the other reason why I didn't do commentaries for a while is because, believe it or not, I actually went back to playing Modern Warfare 2. And I've been doing that for the past 4 months or so. And I only recently went back to Black Ops after I heard that they're going to be giving you rewards in Modern Warfare 3 for how many times you prestiged. So obviously I'm trying to get on that. But anyway, I could go on for days about why I went back to Modern Warfare 2, but the simple answer is that I'm just better at it. I am better at Modern Warfare 2 than I am at Black Ops. It's an easier game to play for me. And it's faster. Like I said, I could go on for days. But anyway, one of the main reasons why I went back to playing Modern Warfare 2 was because it was a lot easier to snipe. And the game that I'm going to show you today was something I've been wanting to do for a while, where I wanted to see if I could actually get a positive record while sniping in Black Ops. And it is not as easy as it sounds, because in my opinion, the sniping in Black Ops is borderline broken, and it just makes it that much harder to achieve, a decent record when you're sniping. And so you're going to see me, and I get a few decent sniping kills, but I would say that most of them are either lucky or just a result of good playing and not good sniping. And so, first thing you're going to see once I come up here, which should be pretty soon, is that my name is not Cream Friesch. Instead, my name is It's My Birthday. And that is because on this game, it was my birthday. I turned 23 a couple weeks ago, and that was when this game was made. So, hooray me. So anyway, right off the bat, you're going to see I get a headshot, and that was a nice kill. I'm not going to lie, but the reason why I got that kill had nothing to do with my sniping ability. That was more like knowing where the person was going to be and just compensating. Same with that one. And so anyway, you see I'm using the PSG-1, and I see most snipers on this game using the L96. And personally, I hate that gun because it's like a really, really bad version of the intervention from Modern Warfare 2. It doesn't do as much damage. The one thing I do hate about it is the bolt action on it is ridiculously slow. It's like you take your shot and then he waits a second and then cycles the bolt as slowly as he possibly can, and then you have to be able to fire another shot, and I just find that stupid. So I use the PSG-1. You can hate on me all you want for using an auto sniper, but I don't care. So anyway, I wanted to talk during this game about why I think the sniping in this game is borderline broken, like I said before. And the first reason why I don't like sniping in Black Ops is because, or at least on the PC version, like I've played the console versions of this game and they don't have this problem. So for those of you who don't play on PC, on most first-person shooters, wow, he should have killed me. Anyway, on most first-person shooters, there's a setting usually in the control menu called smooth out mouse movements, or some variation of that term, using the word smooth. But essentially what it does is when you look around with your mouse, rather than follow your mouse movements directly, it'll map out your mouse movements onto a smooth curve. And the result of that is that you get a much smoother looking game than you would if it was turned off. But the downside, as you'll see many times while I'm sniping, is that, whoo, that was a nice shot. Like there, for example, is that when you try and stop your mouse on somebody or aim your crosshairs over them when you're sniping, a lot of times when you stop your mouse over the person, it'll, instead of stopping, just move on just a tiny bit, and that'll be enough to throw off your aim. And so that's my main issue with this sniping in this game, is that you can't turn that off. In Modern Warfare 2, you could choose to turn that feature off. And that's what I did. And it made for a lot, I guess, clunkier looking game, but it made sniping way, way easier. Not to mention the whole quickscoping thing, but I hate doing that anyway. So, anyway, the second issue that I have with sniping in this game is that the hitboxes are very messed up when it comes to sniping. And you'll probably see a couple of times, and I'll try and point them out while this is playing, where I will aim my crosshairs right at the guy and fire, and I'll miss. And there will be other times where I'll be aiming, say, 3 or 4 feet to the left or up or down or something from the guy, and I'll hit him. I've had times where I've aimed at the feet and gotten headshots. I've had times where I've aimed at the head and hit nothing. And it's just utterly frustrating when you're trying to get a good record sniping on this game. And you'll see that, like with this, see, there's one right there. I was aiming about 3 feet behind his butt, and I still got a one-shot kill. And I ask you, how is that fair to him? Like, never mind that I got the kill, and I mean, I'll take what I can get on this game, but I still feel really kind of sad that that was a kill. And so, yeah, those are basically my main 2 issues with sniping on this game and why it's so hard. And not to mention the distorted scope, you know, distorting the edges of the scope and whatnot. Well, that may look for a more realistic looking scope. Try to quick scope there and he should have killed me. But yeah, while it may look for a more realistic looking scope, and I'm all for realism, don't get me wrong, it can throw off your perspective of how far away you are from the person just a little bit. And also, like, if the person you see in your scope is on the very edge and you try and scroll over to him quickly, it might distort the perspective a little bit right there. And not to mention the whole mouse smoothing thing that I was talking about before. And actually, I want to go back to that just because I think it's such an important issue when you're talking about a first-person shooter, and especially one as popular and influential as Call of Duty. And especially when you're sniping in such an influential shooter like Call of Duty, it's important that you're able to aim your gun where you want to aim it. And if you try and aim your gun somewhere and it goes somewhere else, even if you're off by just a centimeter in such a fast game, look, there was another place where, first of all, that was an epic fail on my part. And secondly, I hit him and I was aiming about 2 inches below his chest. Screen-wise, that is probably more like a foot in the game. But anyway, as I was saying, when you aim your gun and it goes somewhere other than where you're aiming it, in such a fast-paced game as Call of Duty, that can be the difference between life and death. And a lot of times it has been. And that was terrible sniping on my part, partially due to... Actually, that reminds me, there is one more issue that I wanted to discuss, and that's recovery time on sniper rifles. Like, in Modern Warfare 2, when you fired a sniper rifle, obviously there's recoil and you have to readjust your aim and whatnot. But in Modern Warfare 2, when you fired and missed, that was a nice shot. When you fired and missed, it didn't take a lot of time for you to recover from that shot. Like, even if you're using an intervention, for example, if you fire your intervention and miss, by the time you cycled the bolt, you can look down the scope, hold your breath, and fire again. On this game, it's not always the case. On this game, sometimes even you can fire one shot with the sniper rifle, and you'll have to wait for your breath to come back for like 3 seconds before you're able to steady it again. And it's just way too inconsistent. And since the game's over, I guess I'll leave it on that note. So, if you stuck through this whole thing, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to subscribe and comment and spread the word. This is Cream Freesh. Thank you, folks, and I'll see you next time.